Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry that it has been so long since I got on here and updated all of you. Last week was my husband's spring break, so I don't like to film videos when he's home. So I just didn't put anything up, but I wanted to let you know that after 30, was it 8? No, it was more than that. It might have been 45 days. I finally started my period. Normally when I take Provera to force a cycle, I would start it like within the 5 days of taking the medication. This time I took the full 7 and it was another, I think like 12 days on top of that before my period started. So it was a cycle that would never end, but I went last week for my first doctor's appointment on cycle day 3 to start this new cycle with injectables. They did the baseline ultrasound. I have no cysts, which is really nice. I was worried with taking last month off of medication that my body would kind of go back to its normal cyst producing, self. But she said everything looked great. My lining was good to go. And so they started me on Brevel. What it looks like. I have ginormous, it's 2 boxes that they taped together because I have to go through so much of it. And this only lasted me 4 days. It's kind of sad. So basically I am on 150 IU, I think it's technically the measurements. But it's basically 2 vials because each vial is 75. So I have to take 2 vials each night. It's only 1 shot. They gave me the Q cap, so I just mix it, each vial, and then I get to just put it all in one needle. So it really hasn't been terrible. I was kind of worried that I would be sore because whenever I've done my HCG trigger shot in the past, my stomach is sore for days afterwards. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be doing it every single night. This is going to be miserable. But I haven't been sore at all so far, so hopefully that means I'm doing it right. I'm doing it the same way as I've done my HCG. So I think that the meds just must be a little bit easier for my body to take. I don't know. So the way I've been doing it is one night I'll do my left side, one night I'll do my right side, and the next night I'll do my left side, the next night I'll do my right. So I did that for 4 days. And then I went yesterday morning on cycle day 7 for blood work where they're checking my, what is it called? Estradiol levels. I think it's basically how they can tell if I have eggs that are maturing and how many. And my number when I first went on day 3 was like 20, I think maybe. It was like between 20 and 40. And now it's at 64, which they still said is really low. So I'm on another 4 days of it, and then I go back on Friday morning for another blood draw. I'm really frustrated that my infertility clinic is 2 hours away from me with traffic. If there's no traffic, I can usually get there in about an hour and a half. But I have a doctor's office, a Kaiser doctor's office, like 15 minutes away at the max. But they won't let me use their lab. In the past, I've been able to go there, but I guess for whatever they're testing for in this cycle, that lab doesn't do it. So I have to be up at the city 2 hours away from my house at 7 o'clock in the morning. So that means I have to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning just to go get blood draw. It's been really frustrating. I'm definitely already tired of it, and I've only been up twice this cycle so far, so it's not a good sign. But I don't understand the way it works. I don't know why I can't go to the lab there, but whatever. It is what it is. So Friday morning I'll be doing that again, another blood draw, and I guess from there they'll call me again. It's a stat order, so they get the blood work pretty much right away. So a nurse calls me and lets me know what, is next. So I'll either come in Saturday morning for an ultrasound to see how they're growing, or they'll, give me even more days of shots. When I was in my training, they said it could be up to 21 days of doing these injections. So I'm hoping and praying that that is not the case, but you never know. So I'm guessing my IUI is going to be sometime next week, late next week, based on how my numbers are going right now. But that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think what else, if I have anything else to tell you guys. My period from being on Provera was terrible. I have not bled that heavily since my first miscarriage. I was really worried at first because, I was I normally don't bleed very heavily, but I went through like an entire, I hope this isn't too TMI, an entire box of tampons in 2 days. Like that's how much I was like cycling through those things. And so I was a little bit worried. Even my friend was like, you need to call the doctor. I don't think that's normal. And I called them and they're like, yeah, you know, it's going to make it heavier. It caused my face to break out. It was just bad. I hate that stuff. So hopefully I do not have to take it again. Yeah. So far, the Brevel, the only side effects I've had is a little bit of bloating, and some headaches, and a little bit, my head, it's not dizzy at all. I just feel kind of like fuzzy. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like sometimes, my head just feels weird. It's not a headache and it's not dizziness. It just feels a little bit loopy. I don't know how to explain it, but I know all the hormones are in there and they're working, and I was cracking up because you have to take your medications. My nurse said around 7 each night. On Good Friday, we run the children's ministry at our church, so my husband and I do. So we were there from about 5 to 8:30 because of all the services that they had, and they don't really have an area for me to be able to go do it, but I had to take my injections that night. So my husband was cracking up. I had all these needles in my purse, and he's like, you're shooting up that church. And I was like, haha, so funny. Sitting in the hallway, you know, giving myself shots, mixing stuff. And one of my good friends walked up, and she thought I was eating a snack, like hiding in the corner. She's like, what are you doing? And I told her, I was like, I'm mixing my meds. It was really ridiculous. But anyways, I think I've been rambling long enough. If you guys have any questions, leave them below, and I will try to update you guys again on Friday with the blood work and what we're doing next. And if you haven't already, you can find me on Instagram at joyinthejourney_TTC. I post a lot of updates. I probably post at least every other day on there. So if you haven't found me yet, go and find me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.